Amazing.
I'm the parent, but I'm a judoka as well. I'm both the parent and the judoka.
Great. So I'm a parent, and I was also a judoka. No longer a judoka because I have a knee problem, so I can't do it. But I strongly support the club, and it's amazing the work that that Gonçalo Vinhas are doing. Terrific, especially in this time of the year with all this COVID-19 and pandemic and so on. It's amazing how powerful it is and how creative they are to overcome the situation and make sure that our athletes are doing their best to train and to be great.
That's correct.
As you know, or everybody didn't know, I'm one of four coach that Gonçalves have. Our head coach, it is Professor Paulo Nogueira, as you know. I'm one of our coach that our club have. And my experience and our experience, it's hard, you know. It was hard and it's still hard because it's not easy to teach children and grown people as well, judokas, with a sport with contact. So teach a sport without contact, it's very hard. When it was the first wave, and we hope no more waves, COVID waves, we must still in our homes, yeah, and we need to train, yeah, and we with Professor Paul try to have many solutions and new solutions, as you understand, to our students move, you know, have some
goals. I study here, Mafra, where is the Gonçalves. I play judo since I'm 5 years old. I am black belt. Since a year, I go to second dan, and I'm a competitor. I compete internationally, and I know I don't have many results internationally, but nationally I have.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. Can you turn off the mics, please? Because there's sounds on the.
It's me. It's me. It's a class. I'm on the judo club. It's a class. Estão aí até as aulas dos miúdos.
I can only say that I'm a parent. I have my 3 kids practicing judo since a very young age. One of my daughters is here, Carolina, down there from me at the screen. She's the oldest. I have, another one which is 15, and she's still practicing judo. Carolina now stopped for a bit because she's studying very hard to go for university. But she's very connected and committed and always supporting the Gonçalves club. And I have my youngest daughter, which is Mariana, which is also practicing judo. Judo, it's for me a must practice, not only because it's an amazing physical practice, but also because we want to raise champions in life. And judo has amazing values, and not only judo per se, but also what we are doing, what Peter and Paulo and all the trainers, all the coaches are doing to raise our kids with greatness and to help them to develop not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally. And it's amazing how far they are going. I'm so proud to have my kids at this club because they are doing an amazing work to also support the education and everything else.
Yeah,
so
it's you ask to a judoka to explain to explain, and there's a lot of arguments about judo. About it's very nice, thank you. But perhaps Florian, what can you say about you and the club?
Our club in Bad Aibling is we are now. How old are we, Philip? I think 70 years, something like that. Our club is really old. And my boys, myself started judo when I was 8 years old. I practiced till I was 22 or 21. Then I skipped for 18 years. Now I'm 40 and I have started again. My boys are both one boy from mine is 11 years old and he's now practicing till 5 years. The other boy is 8 and I will him put to the training again. He's not so addicted to the training, but maybe he will. So, and I enjoyed it really a lot. So then I have restarted judo till I skipped 18 years, and last year in September I started again. So the club's president Dennis and everybody told me from the city, come to us again, and it's a great. So, but I'm 40 years old and it's healthy, it's good for me, and for the boys, my boys likes the training. But now with COVID, it's a problem. We can't do the training again. So we do what we can to keep healthy and keep the level up. We do now a winter challenge. Every week and every day we are doing some training, maybe running or indoor fitness, and so we stay fit to go back to the training with nearly the same level.
Okay, that's nice. And perhaps you can ask to Philip. About the club, about you, what you want to say.
Okay, so hi everyone, my name is Philip, I'm 24 years old, I'm studying to become an English teacher. I'm a trainer at Judo Tuspad Aibling. I'm also a club official with the responsibility for the youth, and I am also a competitor. Well, I'm maybe not as good as Guillaume, as I just compete on a national level. But I still try to train 5 times a week. Well, just judo 5 times a week. At the moment, it's not possible here, as we are in the middle of the second wave right now, and judo has been forbidden almost 3 weeks ago, and I think we will go back on the mat in January, if we are lucky. Yeah. I should have made my second dan in about 2 or 3 weeks. It has been cancelled. Yeah, that's, I think, all about me.
It's nice. Yeah. Well, and now, what you want to say? Present you.
Yes, I will take myself very brief. And first of all, nice or kind regards from Dennis. Who hasn't got time today, and it's a shame. So my name is Navid. I'm 19 years old. I do judo since 2010, so like 10 years.
10 years.
Yes, and I can't practice judo that often, like 2 years before, because I got a problem with my hand, so I'm not able to do. But I can train sometimes. But yes.
Yeah.
I'm 17 and I'm also a competitor. I mean, I was until very recently. I created during quarantine, because we couldn't have classes. I created something with another competitor called Yada. We created this series of interviews called Judo Lives on Instagram. And so we just interviewed people, both Portuguese and international people, that work within the realm of judo. And so we just interview them and ask them a series of questions to help us understand, like, what did they do to become better and evolve as both as a trainer, a coach, or a competitor. And so that's what I did. I had a knee surgery recently, and so I hadn't had a lot of time to compete because until a couple of months ago I was still recovering, but I'm better now, so I hope to get back on the mat on the mattress as soon as possible. We'll see about that.
Thanks, Carolina. And Hygiene, what do you say about you?
Yes, hello, my name is Aiden.
Aiden, yeah, but your camera, you want to stay like that?
My camera is broke.
Oh, that's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
We follow you with your voice. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm 17 years old. I'm training judo since 12 years, over 12 years. I'm also a competitor. I'm also doing the winter challenge from our judo club often, and yes, it's very sad that we can go to training because of Corona. Hopefully soon. I'm also look after our judo homepage as a media manager, writing article and post them.
I can go. So our club is very united. Every Friday, the first Friday of the month, we have a dinner here with all the competitors, the no-competitors, the parents, the family. We are a big family, and our coaches tries to apply this love and support to all of us.
Yeah.
So you have the parents doing the dinner, and we all together. It's very family. It's like a family dinner every Friday of the first Friday of the month. With this to this pandemic, the COVID is very hard. We don't do that to protect ourselves. We we stop some things to can continue others, like to have classes and not stop. We are the one of few clubs to train with a face mask to protect ourselves. We have when we go in on the dojo, we have a mattress with alcohol to disinfect the feet and the hands, and we check the temperature of the athletes. We cannot have the parents see. Normally, we have the parents of the kids seeing the training. Not now. We have to cut this because it's very hard, and we need to have careful to stay open. It's very delicate subject.
About someone which cannot be here today, which is João. João is the leader of the parent support group. She's a very dynamic person, always eager, to innovate and propose new solutions for the club. Also, trying to create new initiatives and events to raise money to support athletes to go abroad and to compete outside. He cannot be here, unfortunately, but I know that he had a lot of meetings with the head coach, which is Paulo, and maybe also Peter, and they developed a plan, which is an amazing plan. As parents, we must be confident that everything we can do, we are doing. Everything the club can do is actually doing. As parents, we will love to see our kids, practicing judo and doing all that stuff. But for the sake of the EGN and and to protect the club and the kids and so on, we are not attending, and watching our kids doing judo. But we know that it's also for the safety of the younger ones and all the athletes. And they're always hygienizing the mat, always doing their best to guarantee that even the younger kids that have, spaces which are isolated, they cannot, have contact between each other. However, for physical preparation and to keep with all of the values and rituals and so on. They are still doing it, and I'm confident that even in the middle of a second wave, just like Philip said, we will overcome it, because if you look back to history, the human beings always overcome, you know, these kind of challenges, and this won't be different than all the others. We are doing our best to protect ourselves. The club is doing everything it can to protect the athletes and teachers and so on, and also the parents. So I'm pretty confident that we will overcome it, and keeping, you know, positive mindset is key, because we listen so many negative news every day in the media that if we don't grab the situation and, you know, do our best to keep, you know, positive mindset, we'll go with the flow, and is not a very good flow. So one thing is to protect ourselves, another thing is to be on the realm of fear every day, every hour, every minute, every second. And that's not good for our mental health, and, you know, to create to give judo what judo deserves.
Spread the word that we made one on social media. Actually, I don't know who had this idea. I think it was a student who had the idea. And well, after reading, every single student received one. So everyone that has been having classes just received one of them. And it just aims to express the values of our club, so that our students understand that judo is not just about fighting. Yeah, there it is. It's not just about fighting, it comes with values. And so it has some dynamic pictures so that it's easier to follow, has some visual support, but it also touches with the values of judo and everything that makes a judoka not just a fighter, but also a human being. And so we try to propagate this on our social media and through Judo Magazine. That was more of my job and yours. I don't know how it came to be, but
that's fine. That's
fine. Can I say?
Yes, sure, Peter.
Okay. Only I can say, like we like to say, because we are a family, but we love judo. We like to practice good judo, and with this pandemic, we have big attention in hard measures with the protocol. You know that we do the same protocol that our healthcare system use. You know, because health, it's very important. Not only the sports, but we need health to practice, you know. So it's very important that everybody stay safe, you know. And it's quite hard. It's quite hard because it's completely different that we know and live, and we must adapt this life. But we are a family. Profit, it's not our goal. It's only the love that we have for this sport, you know. Our trainings, we as you know, we can't have contact with each other, you know. Only ways you can do it with family. In my case, I have two childs, you know. I can practice judo with them, you know. It's easy. We do one warm up because, like Guilherme says, we have a good space, a good dojo, but we can allow everybody to practice, you know. So we have 2 by 2 meters to practice. It's a safe zone. But this safe zone, it's only for judoka, or 2 if it's the same family, you know. And we do a warm up, and we do, at this moment, we do katas, you know. We practice all by ourselves, you know. So
one question: you can use your dojo now. It's a COVID time. Is it open for family parts, or okay?
We are allowed.
Okay, you are lucky. Our facilities, everything is closed. We can't go into the dojo.
Yeah.
We can't go to the from the schools, the sports
No.
area.
We-
Nowhere. It's only allowed when we can do it by ourselves or in the private area or something like that. Everything was official. It's closed.
All
It's
is closed. Yeah.
Yes.
we do like cells, you know, a square, 2 by 2.
Yeah, but you have the facilities, you have the space. We don't have the space. That's our problem. We can do only training by ourselves or with two persons or with the family.
Yes, like
with one person and the person from other house. Only two. And we can't go into the dojo. We can't go nowhere.
Yeah, it's not judo, but we try to manage and solve new solutions, you know, because in our dojo, like Guilherme says, we have an entry and an exit, you know. Everybody, we measure the temperature, you know, and clean, wash and sanitize hands and feet, you know, and in each class we sanitize all the dojo, you know. We enter on one side and leave the other side, you know. We try to have all measures and hard measures to have a nice sanitation in our dojo, you know.
That's exactly how the rules in Germany were. Well, maybe I can give a quick overview how the rules have developed in the last 6 months. Well, first of all, there was the lockdown, and then we were allowed to make sports as you are now, like either outside or just a certain amount of people at a certain amount of space, like, I don't know, 10 people in the whole dojo with enough space in between.
Yes.
And I think it was at the end of July, we were allowed to do real judo with fighting, grouping, and so on.
It was August.
Yeah.
It was beginning of the summer holidays.
Yeah.
But the problem was the school were closed, so we have no space.
Yeah. And we could train in groups up to 5 people, and later we could have normal training, also with restrictions like having one entrance, having one exit, having to disinfect the whole tatami afterwards, having to disinfect your hands before and after class. And we really had ordinary training. And well, as I said 3 weeks ago, at the beginning of November, everything has been closed and we can't even use our dojo by our own. So if I want to train, I would have to do it all on my own, or maybe with my girlfriend. But I couldn't use any sports facilities.
Yes. For now, we are not close. For now.
You're lucky. But you couldn't have real judo classes at any time. So
we have a competitors class that only they have like a merit, you know, with two persons only for competitors, you know. But it's different. It's different because they are all. It's like I must say they are allowed, you know, by their parents and or they are grow, you know, but only 2, you know, only 2. But it's a small class. It's a small class. Well, belongs to this class, but it's only for our competitors class. But it's more than less 6 people.
We have something similar with people that are in the national squad or in the Bavarian squad, but it doesn't apply to that many of our club. Just saying to Dennis' son, Patrick, and he trains in Munich with the national team, so they can still train. And they were the first one who were allowed to train during the first wave. On the one hand, we have introduced an online training once a week. So we do a little warm up, doing some Tando Kurenchu, always using something you have at home, maybe a broom, maybe your judo belt, maybe your judo gi, as a training equipment. And then we do some exercises for your coordination or for your muscles, quick stretching afterwards. And it's one thing we do once a week. And last week we started our winter challenge that some of my friends have already mentioned. That's a challenge that's all about staying fit during quarantine. It's like for everything you do, like you go running, you get 0.2 points per minute. If you do a bike tour, you get 0.1 point per minute.
Yeah.
If you do training at home, you get, I don't know, 4 points for 1 hour. And so you can gain points and points. And a club has about, I don't know, I think about 120 members, and about 30 of them compete in the winter challenge. And we have some prizes set off, and it will last until the end of February. So it's quite a long time.
Yeah.
But up to now, many people are motivated. For example, I don't know, Florian's girlfriend said, "You maybe run 2 times last week. No one ever did that before." Yeah, we are all motivated right now. I don't know if we will stay motivated for the next months, but at least for now, that's a good approach, I think. And it's something where we stay connected. Like everyone who sends me, "Hey, I've been running 30 minutes today," and I will write back, and then we have some small talk on the mobile phone, or maybe speaking to one another. "Hey, how many points do you have?" "Oh, that many." "Hey, want to do a bike tour together to gain some points?" And that makes us stay connected. And you can also use judo to gain some points. Like for 20 Tandoku Renshu, you get 0.1 point, and for 10 Uchikomi, you get the same.
Nice.
Very nice.
Congratulations, very nice.
I think it's a very cool idea to train like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the next level, and maybe it will be developing an app where all the athletes and all the practitioners can see, you know, where they are, how many points they are, also related with connected with prizes that they can get, and also maybe related not only with physical activity but also with values. You know, our club is one of the first in Portugal with ethics flag. And we give, you know, it's worth it, and we give a lot of value to principles, the judo principles, and so on and so forth. And maybe for the younger ones, it will be interesting to connect not only with physical activity but also with judo principles. And maybe something that we are not doing it, but it's something that I'm now thinking about. And maybe it's interesting also to prize and to give, you know, a positive feedback when judoka in his or her daily life does something which is connected with the judo principle. And maybe we can integrate everything in an app to make sure that even when we have this pandemic or COVID-20 or 19 or 20 or 21, we are more prepared to deal
No more, please, no more.
it. I don't want that, but who knows?
I would like to make that challenge stay our challenge for now, but I think for the future, maybe like having some kind of competition that is not like just competitive but more on a way to get used to each other. That might be a great idea. Like, I don't know if there's some time where we both have holidays and can't train that much in the dojo, or if your dojo gets closed, which I hope will not happen, because it really sucks to go.
I'm appointing.
I'm going.
A challenge.
I would have to think about how we can put both together, as this challenge is already running for some weeks, and I don't want our people to have run for nothing. Like, yes, of course, we want to stay fit, but yeah, you're always eager about earning your points, aren't you? So yeah.
Okay. And more ideas for the cooperation in the future? Is there something more? No?
Maybe that classes, I'm wondering, the classes that we are facilitating, mostly on the first wave, but that you are also doing it there in Germany, which is online classes. Maybe why not opening the classes for all the athletes, both in Germany and Portugal, and do, kind of mixed classes with all of the athletes, and can be, physical classes, not only physical classes, but also classes when maybe one athlete will share something for 7 minutes or 5 minutes about one principle of judo, and then all the folks can discuss something and say something about it. So to connect also with, for me as a father, it's very important to do the transfer of judo principles for our daily life and see our kids doing that transfer. And so that kind of reflection, it's worthwhile, I think, and it can also make a difference. So maybe that's another way to cooperate and develop, something great together. Why not?
Yeah.
I like the idea. I just see a little problem with the children in the classes. They would have to understand everything, and I'm afraid the English might not be good enough to understand all that we've said there. Like, yeah.
We can.
We
Philip,
use body language, you see.
Philip, I have a question, not a question. I have. We a few months ago we participate in a challenge that we record our students, to perform a kata for children that it calls Kodomo kata. It's a kata for children. We can need to speak with this kind of movements. It's a challenge that we can perform with each other. With both clubs. It kata for children. We can think something and have a challenge. Because we don't need to you don't need to speak in English or German or Portuguese as well, because movements, it's universally language.
Can you maybe tell me more about it? So is that a kata that the children develop by themselves, or is it one kata that is just
a specific kata? Is Kodomo no kata.
Kodomo kata, okay.
Yeah, we did with the Hungarian club, and the brother of Guilherme, he wins. Why? We can show you the video that we recorded. Yeah. We can do something like this, or do new moves. For kids about 8-10 years, more than less.
It was individual. It's individual. So, for example, my little brother has 10 years old, and the coaches appointed. You can be here 7 p.m. and we'll record you. We sanitize the mat, and the next we record the whole dojo for themselves. We record and then we submit, and then we have the coaches to evaluate. And then you can, with this pandemic stuff in now on, is alone, so no risk. And I think he's when we do this, I think we are closed. We are in quarantine here in Portugal when my brother recorded, and I come here with him, with him, and help him. And the coaches, when we film, I think 3 times to be better and better and better, to have a good team. And the coaches gave the feedback to evolve, and we have my brother that won, but another kid too. So our club research to improve and we with this pandemic stuff, we are trying to investigate, to talk with each other, to help the kids. In my age, when I was 10 years old, I only care about to have fun, and then have fun. We have our principal coach hands every week a draw to paint. I think I'm saying right. We have the book we have done with your magazine, the stuff. We have plenty of activities. No, just to not just do here, but at home to have connect with our kids and our athletes, because we have the younger class till 7 years old. You can have 12 kids here with 2 meter square. It's not much, but we have worked it, and we have safe. We never closed. No COVID stuff here. We are good.
Which was that at some point during the first wave, we also had to shut down. And so during that time, what we did was like, we obviously had online classes, sometimes with our coach. And as we started doing the online classes, I noticed that students by themselves were making their own classes. And so and then after that, after we started doing that, then we started getting the students to record their own videos, and then we just made a compilation of videos of like each student doing a specific technique or a specific movement, and then we just compiled all of them and shared on our social media. I think that was really interesting to see, and how it ended up being.
Quite interestingly. Okay. We had something similar because every third month we have kind of a training all together with our children, and after the training we do something cool, like, I don't know, going bowling or something, or doing something else. And when it should have been, but it couldn't because of COVID or because of the shutdown, we actually had a little project where we said, okay, send us your favorite exercise, and we have cut the video together with all those exercises, and then everyone could train for themselves with all the exercises. I think that's something a bit similar to what you have described right now.
Well, yes.
Mm-hmm. I think it's good that we're doing similar things at this point. I mean, there's not much to do, but it's good to be creative, especially when we can't train.
Nice. Now it's something about these all these ideas. No more? No? But if you want.
I don't know how to say. Everybody has a digital device in his hand, and I think there's plenty of room how we can use it, how to use it, how to stay in contact. Not only the judo club itself. So many judo clubs can, for example, share a cloud or share some videos to learn from each other, and yeah. So we could evolve each together.
Some people to want the judo, no, just the competition, but to interact with each other. I think we will grow up no just with the club, the image, but our personal status. To be happy, and I think if we have a chat, WhatsApp, Drive, with the videos and the challenge and the stuff, I think we all will be more interested in this pandemic because I don't hope so. We don't go shut down, but if it happens, we need to be creative and with that to video conference, to Zoom calls with you, with the athletes, to training. I think it's very nice and very happy.
Very nice. Thanks, Guilherme. Who wants to say some words to finish our meeting?
I want to say thank you to Philip now and Florian for to share some experience and the emotion that we are living at this moment. I hope that this share will grow and stay for a long time and meet you as well, like our meetings in the each month that we go to hit, because Portuguese like to hit a lot and share this our way to love, you know. So I hope this small challenge that it's a healthy challenge will happen. Okay, nice to meet you all. Okay, see you next time. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
I'd like to say something else.
Yes, thanks, Carolina.
That I noticed that happened. I think judo is as an individual sport. I mean, it's by itself very individualistic, and the fact that we had to stay home and weren't able to train with other people really proved that it's more of a teamwork rather than just an individual sport. So it requires everyone to work together for us to grow as competitors and everything else. So I think that's one good thing that COVID actually showed us. And maybe, I mean, in my opinion, I'm a lot more grateful for my teammates because of that.
Yeah, thank you, Carolina. Florian, you want to say a last word? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And we hopefully that we can go back to the mat really quick. We are looking forward. I'm doing the sport now 1 year again, and so I miss it a lot. So it was for my boys and for me. It was a really hard time in the summer, but now we are back in the second wave, and we are hopefully crossing our fingers that we can go back to the mat. We love the sport. We love the guys around. It's a team everywhere. Always we helping together. Everybody is quite family connected, and so hopefully next time we see us at the mat.
Yeah, thank you, Florian.
We hope. We hope.
We hope. Antonio, a last word too.
To keep in mind that, funny enough, though, while we are for one side in the middle of all these challenges, or in the middle of second wave, so many things happening around that are not so good, but in another way we have this opportunity, this huge opportunity that maybe wouldn't have it if we were not in the middle of this pandemic, which is to connect with each other and to be in this kind of video conferences and discussing what we are doing in different countries, our best practices, and maybe if we were not facing this challenge, we would never do it. We just keep doing things like we always did it, inside our little farm, doing precisely the same, not open to the world. And this pandemic has also this good side, which is to open us to a new reality, to a new normal that that is challenging us for going to our next levels and exchange best practices and learning from each other and really feeling connected despite the distance and despite the different knowledge that we have and different cultures. So this is my last words. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Antonio. Philippe, you want to say the last word too?
Yes, of course. At some point, Antonio really speaks out of my heart, because I also see judo as something, it's not only a part of me, it's a part of all of us. And it's, as he said, a connection between culture, between different countries. If there wasn't COVID, I would now sit in Edinburgh, and I would have a job as a judo trainer there, as I would have to stay abroad in England or Scotland for my studies. And now I can't, yeah. And that's also an experience that judo would have brought to me. Yeah? Now I will go there in March, hopefully. I really hope it. I really love that connection between clubs, between different people. I remember last year I was in Norway for 2 weeks. I had my judo gi with me just that I could train wherever I was, all over the country. And therefore, I really think it's a great opportunity what we have here. And I really want to deepen our connection, and maybe when all that COVID shit is over, we can meet face to face and not only face cam to face cam. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm glad that we have met here today, and now I have a face to some names that I've read in some emails. And yeah.
First of all, I'm very thankful that I could have been here at this interview. And so much more I can't say, because everything was said from Philip or Antonio. Just hopefully soon as we can fight and train back on the mat and go to tournaments and competitions more. So hopefully the corona shit is going over soon.
Thanks. Well, thank you, everybody. It's just a first meeting about the twinning process that we would like that grow up, and in the future we have a lot of activities in the sharing process. And for us, Judo Magazine, it's a great pleasure to be part of this very nice movement of to try to understand what we can do together in the future, and at the same time to share our feelings about the situation, about this pandemic situation. And thank you so much. We keep in touch. All our members of the board of the clubs will share some information and share some all this activity that we have planned together. And so thank you so much.
Obrigado.
See you. Obrigado a todos, and see you next time, next meeting. Grazie mille. Obrigado.
Bye.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. See you.
Bye.